What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Man, I'm getting ready to take a little bit of time and give y'all a few reasons why you should, and I'm gonna try to give you some reasons why you should not buy the SD600 Simmons Drum Set. You ready? Here we go. Oh, hold up. Some of y'all, I got a whole lot of people watching videos and y'all have not subscribed. What's up? Man, click subscribe. Matter of fact, click like, man. Throw some paradiddle on that, man. Hit that like button, man, and let's get the likes up, man. Help a brother out. All right, so check it out. Now, I said I'm going to give you these reasons, and I'm going to try to give you reasons why you should not. Now, I actually thought about this to try to come up with reasons why you should not buy it. So I'm going to give you the shoulds and the should nots, the pros and the cons, the whys and the why not. So check it out. Let's start, and this is in no particular order at all.
Is that share squeaking? Hold on a second, I'm gonna switch shares.
Okay, I'm back. So never do your recording with your drum stool versus your actual, studio. Of course, if I...
Anyway, it's squeaking too, so I'm gonna try to keep it from squeaking.
And give you all these reasons. So this is in no particular order, all right? Reasons why you should and the reasons why you should not buy the SD600 Simmons Drum Set. So, okay, so here we go. So let's talk about taking up space in your room, all right? The Simmons Drum Set does not take up a lot of space. I probably am taking up about 4 feet wide, maybe. I haven't measured it, but I'm just gonna take a guess that I'm right, that I'm close to that. As a matter of fact, I'll watch this, we'll measure it, and we'll try to measure it and get a good measurement. I'm thinking I'm taking up about 4 feet across, maybe 4.5 at best. If it was an acoustic set, I would not be able to fit it in this room. So one reason you want to go with this over an acoustic set is just really space, just being able to have the space to set up and do what you do. If I was trying to get my acoustic set set up over here and have my system set up over here, this would be a really, really, really packed out space. So I can actually still get people in and do recording or have somebody listening to music or whatever while I'm doing what I'm doing. If I'm going to play drums or if I'm playing piano, if I want to, work with it. So space, definitely you want to look at the SD600 because it doesn't take up a lot of space. Right. Here's another reason. This one, I think, is probably going to be on most people's reasons up front as to why they even purchased it. But it's being able to practice with headphones on or being able to practice without headphones and just play on the pads, just to hear the sound of the rudiments and the different combinations that you're coming up with without actually hearing the drum sound. Because if this was acoustic, then you cannot play any kind of way soft. I mean, you can get pads. They make acoustic. They make pads for the acoustics that'll do it, but you still run into the space problem. You still run into a few other problems that you don't run into when you're just playing on the pads. Because if I'm just hitting, I still got it plugged in, so it doesn't prove my point. But you would just hear the pad itself. So that's another good reason to look at the SD600 Simmons set. This one, some people will like and some people may not like, but it's about tuning. These things don't go out of tune. I mean, if this thing goes out of tune, there's a problem. If you're triggering from the actual module from your DAW, then it's never going to go out of tune. In fact, you can retune. You can get very, very technical with the sound that you're creating. And so having an acoustic set, you would be able to, you can tune it, but it could detune, and then it's loud. I'm sorry. Again, the Simmons SD600 set, just for the mere fact that you don't have to worry about tuning it. Another good reason to get it. Okay, so every drummer knows this. If you ever get called out for a gig and you have to pack up your drum set, you wish immediately that you were a guitar player or a keyboard player, because playing acoustic set is ridiculous when it comes to carrying all of the cymbals, all of the stands. Those things are so heavy. If you got the really nice ones, they're heavy. Then you got the drums themselves. And then once you get it there, you got to make sure it stayed in tune. You got to do all, you got to put it back together and all of that. With this, it's just a few twists of the key and pop things off, and you can pretty much put this in a bag almost and walk away, and you're done. This is going to be definitely better for traveling to a gig or doing a gig that's outside of your normal setup. This is going to be a better drum set to have than an acoustic set, just because you can carry it. All right, here's probably my favorite about the E-drum, the electric drum, and that is the mere fact that you have hundreds, and I do mean you could have unlimited types of drums and drum sounds, whereas you would have to buy different things for your acoustic set so that you could have or be able to play the different sounds, whether it's timbales or whatever that you want to put on there. You don't have to do that when you have an electric set. You can just dial in what you want. You can program the heads to where you want them to be, and you will automatically have every sound you're looking for. Even if I wanted to expand this set, I can buy the expansion kit, which is like 99 bucks. It would give me an extra tom and one extra cymbal, a crash cymbal, and that's it. But even on those, I can program those sounds to do those pieces to do whatever I want to do within that. And then not only that, once I put it in my DAW, oh my God, if I wanted to play piano on here, I can play piano on this. Probably would sound really weird, but I can make it happen. If I wanted to play drums, whatever the sound is that's in your DAW, you can actually trigger it. Here's another one. The next one is editing your drums on the fly when you've recorded it. I just did a tune that I'm working on, and I wanted to make some changes. Now, I'll give you a change that I wanted to make. So when I'm playing the drum, I remembered that I only have one cymbal and I have the crash, the ride cymbal. So what I did is every now and again, I pretended that either the ride was a crash and I hit it as if it was a crash, or I doubled up on the one cymbal. Now, once I did that, then I did something that's really, really cool. So what I did is I went into the DAW, and even though I'm only playing one cymbal, I was able to shift the note up to move it to the other cymbal that you would normally feel you'd be able to spot it on your keyboard. You just move it right on up, and boom, now all of a sudden I have two separate cymbals. Even if I wanted to have a ride, if I wanted to play the bell, or if I wanted to play a cowbell or the bell of the cymbal or whatever, I can simply edit it by moving it up into place to get the sound that I want to get. I can even turn the volume down, which is one of the things that I did with the cymbals. I turned the volume down because I thought they were a little bit too hot for the track. So I turned the volume down without affecting the rest of the drum. Then I can go in, and because of the DAW, I can actually go in and edit drum. And I'll show you, maybe I'll do another video on that, what happens when you can get in there and start editing the drum after you've recorded it. And just, don't even have to worry about it. Not only that, I can quantize. If there was anything that I played that might have been slightly out of sync or whatever, no problem. I can quantize it, put it back in sync, put it back in place as if I played it perfectly without any mistakes, which I made a few. But you don't know it because I can go in and just fix it. I do not have to go back and replay it. If I was on an acoustic set, it is what it is. I have to go back and replay it. I have to fly it back in. I have to punch it back in. I have to do all of these different things where I don't have to actually do that on the E-drum. So that's probably my favorite benefit of having the E-drum, is the ability to lay that track, edit that track, and get it to sit like I want it without having to go back and replay that song 5 or 6 times or jump that piece in 5 or 6, 7 times just because I made that mistake. I love that I can actually go and do that. So those are just my reasons why you should buy the E-drum over an acoustic. Now, I must say this because the question is going to come up. Which would you rather have? Would you rather have the E-drum, or would you rather have the acoustic drum set? And I must say that it's not fair. There are benefits to both. there are major benefits. Now, if I had to make the choice, and all of the problems that I can find with acoustic are removed, I'm always going to go with an acoustic set. No matter what, I love the feel. You cannot get away from the feel of the acoustic set. However, I cannot discount the E set. I cannot discount the E drum. The electric drum is where it's at. It makes your life really, really simple. So my verdict is you should buy them both. You should have an E set and you should have an acoustic set. You should not, because if you are a drummer and you do not have an acoustic set, I'm really thinking you're not a drummer. You're probably a piano player who wants to play drums, because any drummer wants an acoustic set. It's kind of like a bass player playing the bass with a pick. You don't do that. That's just blasphemy. So you either thump it or pluck it or something, but you never, the same thing. You got to have an acoustic set.
Probably not the same thing, but it's the same thing.
Always get you an acoustic set. So that's what I think. I think that the E drum has its place, because I have used the E drum live and I hated it in a live setting. I totally hated it. And I switched back to my acoustic set for a live set. So I do not think that it's bad for a live set. There are instances where it works. If it's set up right, it does work. But if I have my choice for live, I'm going acoustic every day. But in a studio setting like this, my small studio, I'm going with the E set all day, every day of the week. And I'm not missing my acoustic set. I'm not missing live cymbals. I'm not missing any of that, because I've programmed my mind to remember that I can make the changes. As long as I can get the feel, as long as I can make this drum feel like it, then it works. So that's what I think. So I don't know if that was pros and cons, do's and do nots, bads and goods. I'm not certain what that was, because I really can't honestly come up with a reason to not own the E set. I really just cannot find a reason not to own it. So I think if you're going out, get the SD600. They also make a 1200. They make a few different ones. There are other brands out there, and maybe one day I'll start reviewing them. I don't know. But I really think you should look at the E sets and definitely put that in your studio. Definitely have it as a way to lay your drums. If you're a drummer and you produce, or you're a producer that drums, then you definitely should look at getting the E set. Listen, man, if you are enjoying the videos, keep looking, keep watching, keep sharing, keep hitting the like button, tell somebody about it, and make certain that you go out. And if you get the drum set, talk to me. Tell me what you think about it. If you got any questions about it, I would love to discuss them, help you out, answer any of those questions that you might have, all right? If I can, because I'm still learning this drum set myself. So listen, man, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.